Hi, this is my first video ever. Beforehand, you might see a reflection in my glasses. I can't do anything about it. My screen is in the way, and if I just turn it off, it's gonna be black and you're not gonna see my face. It's my first video and I'm gonna talk about something a bit emotional, psychological, philosophical, however you want to take it, and something that probably most people or like most of you maybe relate to, maybe not. If not, that's great. Kinda, that's awesome. If yes, this might be for you. It's the fact that nowadays a lot of people get eaten by guilt. Don't feel great. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't feel good about. Okay. It's that most people don't feel good about themselves, have guilt eating themselves up or like that, or have trouble believing in their own skills, in what they can do, or might even just straight up hate themselves so much that they think they don't deserve to live, don't deserve to have great things, good things happen to them. And whenever something happens, they're gonna go back to that routine and tell themselves, yeah, I don't deserve that. This is all just a coincidence. Maybe there's a catch to it. Something bad's gonna happen next day. If something happened today that was good. And a lot of people have trouble with this. A lot of people suffer from this and don't know how to escape. They know it's bad and it's hurting themselves, but they don't find a solution for it, or find themselves falling back into the routine every single day. And it's sad to see that a lot of people with great potential just kind of, let's not say disabled, but more like put stones in their own path. You could say some people, yeah, it's all different. Life is different for everyone else. I don't want to sit here and tell everyone this is gonna be like super easy and you probably have a great life and you probably have super good circumstances. Yeah, it's hard. Some people live in terrible countries where wars happening every day, or have a terrible childhood, or had a terrible childhood, some trauma. There's a lot that happened maybe to them, and a lot of past things that created this whole kind of routine of self-hate for them. But it's still something that is applicable to each of you in its own way and its own strength. I'm gonna start with the first thing that you should do, and it helped me personally. I have a background of trauma and therapy, and what they basically tell you when you come in and have, we call them the depressive thoughts. Well, these thoughts, when you do something and you mess up, they basically come in and tell you, you did a terrible job. You seem to not deserve doing anything related to that. You are untalented. You suck. People not gonna like you for it. You messed up big. And there's a lot more. Maybe even worse, like straight up telling you that you shouldn't live anymore, or that you're unlovable for it. But you got to keep in mind, what they told us at least, is that these thoughts don't apply any logic. They don't, or are not based on any kind of truth, really. They don't have any proof that it's true. And they might happen for small things, like you just, I don't know, you woke up, you wanted to make breakfast for you and maybe your partner. You didn't, you forgot, you overslept. Well, okay, now the thought comes in, it's like, you're a terrible partner, you are lazy, you don't do anything around the house, you just broke a promise, and it's spiraling, it's a routine, it just adds up. Maybe sometimes it happens and you're like, yeah, I was lazy, it happens, I could have set myself an alarm. Okay, it's fine, we all forget things sometimes. I also just woke up too late for work one day because of my alarm. I overslept. I will awake too long. It happens. Okay, they don't kill you for it. But what happens with the person that lives in a cycle where this keeps occurring is that they keep telling themselves how bad they are for it, and that's not gonna change. Like, you just woke up, forgot the breakfast, okay, partner's a bit angry at you, it's all fine. It's one day out of 365 days in a year, out of how many years you may live. Hopefully a lot, depending. I don't want to tell anyone how they want to live their life, but basically is what happens is that you're gonna want to set yourself a goal for the next day. Wake up early, make breakfast, which is a great goal. And let's pretend you have a partner and you actually wake up the next morning and do the breakfast. It's great. He loves it, they love it, she loves it, whatever. But now you would think that in the natural way you would actually be happy about it. And that may be true, yeah, you did something good, but people that live in this kind of routine have the thing that now, whenever they forget again, it's gonna be worse. You need to imagine it like you do something bad and it's on a scale. It's down here. You did something bad, happens. We all do mistakes. We are all flawed. It's fine. And then you do something good, and it's on the same scale. Like they're leveled. They're on the same plane. If you do something good again, it's just gonna rise up a bit. And you do something good again, and it's gonna rise. And naturally, it will just rise once again and again and again. Now imagine you forget the breakfast again. All the good things that just happened, well, they kind of just crumble, and the bad things that happened before just gonna rise immensely. Like, you forgot again. Maybe you aren't as good as you thought. Maybe you shouldn't have started with this at the first place. Maybe you should break up because you're a terrible partner. And logically, you would say, well, when I do good things repeatedly, why don't the bad things that bottle up crumble apart? While the other way around, the good things crumble apart when you do a bad thing. Well, it's because the depressive thoughts are something that are intrusive. They are strong. They are bound to your emotional state and your whole mentality, to your past experiences. They have a grounding. They don't have any proof that it's true, like you're unlovable, nobody likes you, you're gonna mess this up again. It maybe doesn't even have any proof because you showed. You can do breakfast like 10 times in a row and forget maybe once every 5 months, which isn't even any proof that you suck at it, man. Like one every 5 months, that's nothing. That's basically nothing compared to the parts where you did it. But what it does is it just uses your grounding, all the bad feelings, all the emotions you have bottled up about yourself, all this hate, the sadness, just the guilt that you have. It takes this and just grounds itself in it in a way that it weighs down all the bad things you do, and like it gets heavy. And so you obviously feel terrible for messing something up that is so small, so unimportant maybe even, but it has this much weight because all these things that had before, all your experience, all your emotional struggles are pulling on you, on your whole mental state, on your emotional state. So those thoughts don't have any logical proof, but they have an emotional grounding where they can use that to pull you down. So the next thing they told us is that the best thing is to just sit there, think about logically, and whenever you think about, well, I messed this up, I messed this test up, think about it and mentally pull up every time you actually succeeded. And with succeeded, I don't mean that it only counts as a success if you're the best of the best, like top dog. I mean, just not failing is a success in itself. If they want you to like build a furniture and you build it, it's done. It maybe isn't pretty, but you did it. It's a success. It's not a failure. Failure would be if you haven't done anything about it. It's just crumbling apart and it's nothing. But even if you did one and it's crumbling apart, if you think back about all the things you did beforehand that went good, this end product isn't the whole picture. When you sit there and do something and all you see is the end product that might seem terrible. You lost a friend because you were addicted to them. Try to bring a second voice in and tell yourself, well, this thing happened. It wasn't good. We were both stressed. Our friendship really got hurt by it. But all the good things that happened, the good times, the happiness we had over the years, it's not gone. It was there, and it will stay there as an experience. And whenever they're going to think back, they're not going to think back on this one moment where you had like an argument. They're going to think back about, man, I had a great time. I was happy. It was a great friend. And you need to keep telling yourself this whenever you feel like you did something bad and the guilt is eating up. It's feeding on you, basically. You might have done something terrible and maybe it's not as good as it seems, but it doesn't just destroy all the good things you did or the good things you are going to do. And don't let it tell you that you are meant to be this bad, meant to be unloved, meant to be this shitty person that your depressive thoughts, your mind just creates for you. You still are your own person. And whenever you decide you want to do something against these thoughts, you want to prove them that they are wrong, that this one moment that happened isn't any proof to you, you're gonna see how happy you can be, how grateful you are for all the things that happened to you. One tiny mistake, one big mistake, plenty mistakes, they will never take away the good things you did and the good things you still can do. Don't waste your potential on something so bizarre that it's just gonna destroy everything. Because I see a lot of people sitting there telling themselves how terrible they are and just destroying themselves because they did something which they cannot forgive themselves for. But you don't need to forgive yourself for it. You just need to try to be better than what happened before. Because no matter what somebody tells you, trying to be better but not succeeding immediately at it is not meaning you cannot be better. Trying alone makes you a better person than before. So keep trying, no matter how hard it may be, how often you get beaten down for it, and how often your mind tries to tell you you're shit, you're a bad person. In someone's life, you're the best person maybe they've ever met. And you can be the best person you ever met in your own life too. You just need to fight it. And winning this fight, I can tell you, is the greatest feeling ever. And it's the biggest step you can do. So just try to fight it. Hang in there. A lot of people suffer the same way you do. You're not alone with it. Speak about your problems. Speak about it if you feel guilty. But don't let it take the wheel on what is your own life.